Hi, thanks for joining us. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to configure security policies and mobile apps for Android devices in shared management mode or enterprise mode. From the navigation menu, click on the Advanced Configuration section and select Android Device Policy from the drop-down menu. You'll be presented with all the security policies you can set for all current and future Android devices connected and registered to your account. The first section is Device Access Password. This option allows you to bypass a particular passcode requirement, set a 6-digit numeric PIN, or set custom security rules. The 6-digit numeric PIN rule requires a PIN to have at least 6 digits, and it must be either numeric or numeric complex. The Set Rules Below option allows you to further customize your security policy. For instance, you can set a minimum length, the number of characters, the minimum number of letters, and so on. This is all about the complexity of the password and gives you a lot more flexibility in how you want to enforce a specific password policy for Android devices within your organization. The next section on this screen allows you to customize permission requests. The first option from these 3 choices will ask users whether they want to accept any permission requests every time they install an app on their Android device. The second option is to automatically allow permission requests, which means users will not see them at all. And the final option is to automatically deny permission requests, which means users will not be able to accept permissions requests from apps installed within their work profile or on enterprise-managed devices in general. The next section allows for customization of Android devices when the screen is locked. For instance, you can disable the camera, notifications, and other trust agents, or even biometric authentication. You can also define or pre-configure wireless access points for all of your Android devices. DriveStrike can push specific network names and passwords. This is particularly useful if your organization would rather keep credentials for wireless access points confidential. Now, to be clear, DriveStrike can be installed in 3 different modes. The first mode is user-managed, which means your employees will not get any of these policies because it's a user-managed device. They have full control over the device, and they can uninstall DriveStrike from their phone at any time. It is also important to note that if a remote wipe is issued for one of those user-managed devices, DriveStrike will wipe the entire device. Whereas in shared management mode, DriveStrike creates a work profile with all work data, emails, and apps self-contained within mobile devices for full control and access by DriveStrike administrators. Finally, the third installation mode is enterprise mode, where an employee's phone is a corporate-owned device and it's fully managed and controlled by the organization. The last section on this window presents the restrictions you can specify either within a work profile or on an enterprise-managed Android device. For instance, you can disable screenshots. You can also deny installation of applications that have not been approved through DriveStrike's app management section. You can also stop debugging features from being enabled on a device. And lastly, you can prevent applications that have not been verified, so to speak, from Google within the Google Play Store. Once you've set up your particular rules or configuration, all you have to do is click Save, and that configuration will be synchronizing with current and future devices that have DriveStrike installed. Now we're going to move on to the Android App Management section. The first thing that you will notice is you need to enable Android management, and if you're not already signed into your Google account, it's going to ask you to sign into your email associated with your work. Once logged in, you can proceed with the setup process. The first step is to name the business. For this demonstration, I'll put DriveStrike. And then identify your organization's data protection officer as required. If you have an EU representative, you would indicate that as well. Proceed to read the Managed Google Play Agreement and click Confirm and finish the setup. Once you've created the relationship between DriveStrike and your Google account, now the system can share that information and you can manage specific apps for your employees in this section of the DriveStrike's console. It's important to note that even if you allow your users to install apps without restrictions, you can still pre-configure and set up specific apps in this section below. The apps that you specify here are for employees under the shared management mode, also known as BYOD mode, and for employees using a corporate-owned device under enterprise management mode. Now let's approve some apps. From this window, you can select the apps that you want to have available in the Google Play Store for your employees. At this point, all you have to do is click Approve, and you will be directed to a second window in order to specify how you want to handle new app permissions. You may select the best option for your organization's policies. Let's approve another app to show you the additional options available within the Google Play Store. This time, we will approve this app. We'll click on the Notifications tab, which allows you to set notification details. For example, when there are new permission requests, you may want a specific person to be notified by email in order to review any new changes to specific applications that are being pushed out to all these devices. I'll approve a few more applications in order to show you how these would look on your DriveStrike console and on mobile devices. Once you have approved your apps, you can customize the arrangement of those apps for your employees when they access the Google Play Store within their work profile or on an enterprise device. Additionally, you can specify web apps by switching tabs and clicking on the plus button. You'll be asked to input basic information about your web app, including a title and a URL. Then you can choose whether the app should be defaulted to full screen, standalone, or a minimal UI. Finally, you can upload an icon to be displayed as the app on the user's devices. If we switch tabs one more time, you have the option to upload your own privately developed apps by clicking the plus button, uploading the APK, and providing the essential details for your application. Once you're done adding all the apps you want available for your organization, you can now configure each one of those applications. For instance, you can specify whether the installation type should be manual or automatic. Similarly, you can allow users to uninstall whichever apps you choose, or you can prohibit users from uninstalling certain apps. You also have the option to configure apps to be updated automatically in the background, or you can prompt users to accept or deny permission requests. Finally, you can set detailed configurations for apps that support further customization. Google Chrome is a good example for this demonstration. As I proceed to configure Chrome, you can see I don't have any defined configurations, so we have to create a new one. We start by creating a name. As you scroll down, you'll see many advanced configuration options, like the ability to enable or disable incognito mode for your employees using Chrome on Android devices. You can also disable Chrome's function of saving browser history if you want to. These and more advanced customization options are available specifically for Chrome. Not all applications will have the same options. Each app will have its own degree of configuration, but the point is, you can customize all apps deployed to your users. Once you have selected your desired settings, you simply need to click Save. Then select the specific configuration you just created from this window, click Update, and you should see the configuration name displayed. Now all you need to do is click Save again, which will prompt a message indicating that your changes have been saved and your configurations will automatically start synchronizing to the devices that have DriveStrike installed in shared management or enterprise management modes. When you install DriveStrike on an Android device, you can see the installation mode next to the device name in parentheses. If you install DriveStrike in shared management mode, the record in the dashboard will be indicated by the acronym BYOD. If the device is user managed, the record in parentheses will read user. Finally, if DriveStrike was installed in enterprise mode, the record in parentheses will read enterprise, which means the device is a corporate-owned device and DriveStrike was installed as part of the setup of the device itself. This allows administrators to quickly and easily understand how devices are being managed. This concludes our advanced configuration demonstration for Android devices. If you have any questions, you can always give us a call at 877-375-2468 or send us an email at support@drivestrike.com.